Ciao and welcome to the STB Racing League Season 16 Italian Grand Prix. This Friday, the 15th of May, marked the 6th birthday of STB, as 6 years ago Friday, the drivers went gunning for the victory at the Season 1 Bahrain Grand Prix. And we had some incredible entertainment in the party, where Andrew Byrne and KS Outgoing had a bicker because they were lagging into each other and they weren't even near to each other on the track. 16 seasons later, 6 years later, you join us for the Season 16 Italian Grand Prix, and what a spectacle we have here ahead of us here in Italy. We're here for what is the Temple of Speed, the Temple of everything Formula One. And you join me with Riggsy in the commentary box. Riggsy, you had a break from my voice last week, commentary with Mercury last week, but 6 years we celebrate here today. How are you feeling ahead of the Italian?
Firstly, Maldi, I just want to welcome you back into the commentary box after your well-earned break, and we're joining with me once again here in the commentary booth in Monza. I'm absolutely beyond honoured to be part of the commentary team, and especially on its 6th year anniversary. I'm hoping that the Temple of Speed can deliver another exceptional race, and we can have full-on entertainment up and down the field to mark this momentous occasion. Very much looking forward to seeing what the drivers can deliver and perform for us, mainly because the reliance is more on the top end speed than the actual engine power, so it's a matter of just how little wing they want to run on these cars to try and hit that maximum, because I feel that's going to be fundamentally important here to try and optimise your qualifying time and optimise race pace.
Problems with the game sound on my end, but that doesn't matter. Libero goes P1 for 119 dead. Riggsy, we're here in Monza, as we know. We're here, the final race of the European races. But yes, Riggsy, how important is it to have a balance of the aerodynamic? Because you've got a lot of straights, we've also got some tight chicanes that the drivers need to navigate here this evening.
I think the drivers need to find that balance. Obviously, yeah, it's very crucial, but at the same time, you can't take a cautious approach and put an extra dose of front wing on the car or an extra dose of the rear wing on the car, because it's really going to increase the car's drag, and that means it's not going to fully utilise any slipstream, it's not going to utilise the DRS on straights, it's not going to be able to hit that top speed that the engine can deliver. So it's a matter of actually taking off as much of the wing as you possibly can, but also allowing to give yourself more grip in the slow chicanes, preferably. You'll notice like the Rettifilo, which is the first chicane, the second chicane is the Rogier, also this first and second Lesmos, and the Ascari and Parabolica. Also Ascari and also like anything other than the first two chicanes, they're quite quick corners, so all you really need is a bit more rear end grip. Obviously drivers will try and work about the throttle input as well, because obviously traction off these two slow chicanes are going to be crucial for runs around the Curva Grande and into the Lesmo section as well. So I think we'll probably see the drivers taking off the wing, but they will also try and maybe put a bit more rear wheel traction and like kind of lock they'll lock the rear wheels on acceleration to try and maximise traction and grip out of the slow corners, and it is just a matter of trying to combine the elements in the car to try and perfectly optimise their opportunity here, and I feel like that's how they're going to go about tackling the strategy in terms of car setup anyway. I think that's probably the best approach to be taken.
Definitely. It looks like Miles was going for an alternate strategy here in Italy. Everyone else is on a set of softs, while Miles has gone for a set of mediums. How important is strategy around this circuit, Riggsy, or isn't that such a big factor around this?
Because the tyres don't like because there isn't much in terms of tyre degradation. Like it is quite a smooth track. It's like some good fresh rubber on there, so the degradation on the track isn't really going to impact the tyres too much. So we should be seeing an easy soft to medium strategy, or medium to soft if you want to play the alternative route. But your pit window will probably be about lap 10, 11. I think that's when we'll probably see a lot of pit lane activity, a lot of like tyre changing and switching onto the second tyres for the second stint. I think that's when you're really going to be seeing a lot of activity in the pit lane. But at the same time, undercut can just be as effective here. But surprisingly at Monza, the overcut can work really well as well. But I think you would need to be in some form of slipstream.
Oh, sorry, gravity's out of qualifying. Gravity's binned it. Gravity's binned it.
Oh, exit of Ascari. Yep, I'll try and get on board with somebody who's just coming up to there just now. I'm on board with Miles, who's coming under the tunnel to the banking. I think that might be a bit late.
Yeah, he's got on the curb. We can touch too much off the curb here, but Mars is on. Too much of the curb and then went flying off there. You see Gravity there off the circuit. Oh, and there's been a spin. There's been a spin out for the harsh.
On this Fusion.
Oh,
yep, literally
today. Fusion is out.
It's the drivers. I think it might be that inside chicane. The inside curb on that final left in Ascari that are really, you can take a good bit of that and gain some time, but at the same time you're putting great risk in that curb because it's a very high rising curb, so it can really unsettle the car, especially considering the driver's ride height in front wing is going to be really low, so it can probably scrape.
Oh, this is interesting.
Sorry,
Dominic has got slipstream off Churkout.
And Chucker just moves it the way quite late there in the braking zone. But I don't think it seems to have affected the run too much. Eke goes fastest by 18.8. Dominic is on his lap.
You know. Right, let's see what Dominic's going to do then. Round parabolic out. I thought he was going to come into the pit lane. No, he's not. He's going to take a short run to the line. This is going to be a good lap. 18.9, and it's only P3. So the slipstream didn't really help him here in Monza. Jamham there goes P4, 118.9. The drivers are really getting in those lap times now. Definitely a competitive grid here in Monza.
Oh, definitely, and I think that you can just, we sit here and we talk and we discuss just how competitive the STB league is, and if you want any further clarification and proof on that, you can just look at the timing screen on the left side of your screen just now. Look, first to 7th isn't even 2/10 of a second, splitting them. Bruno Will's in 8th there as well, we know he can jump up to the front. Hamjam as well has got the potential to jump up to the front. And then you've got like Buckley, Mercury and Domi all there looking to improve as well. And we saw a good race from Miles last time out there as well, and if he stays on that alternate strategy, he can be a threat for the race. Like, you don't know how to see these. You don't know. You can't just say, oh, this is going to happen, because it can't happen. It'll not happen. It's very unpredictable, and that's why I enjoy covering this league.
So then Buckley, currently in P11 we've seen, not had the best of weeks. Not to go into too much detail, but he's not had the best of weeks. We wish him good wishes and the best, much love to him. But he's currently in P11 week 8, and I don't think he raced last week, did he? I think he couldn't race last week, but he's back here this evening in Toro Rosso. Should give Tifosi a good run for their money. A good showing for them rather in.
And speaking to the Tifosi there, Maldi, the Tifosi will be pleased with that lap there for Churka, the first person into the 18.7s, fastest in the session so far, just over 7 minutes left. Churka's got the whole of Italy on the back, on his back here, because he has the sole Ferrari running, the only Ferrari running. I don't know if his teammate just couldn't make it, but Churka definitely has the weight of the Tifosi, Italy, and the whole Ferrari fan base on his shoulder. But he's definitely delivering at the present moment, and it's just a matter of if he can keep continuing this momentum.
Heads to a yellow flag. What's happened?
What are we seeing?
Oh,
anybody
no, that was
else
just
out there on a
flag,
lap? Must have been out and away again. The same for sector 1. Yellow flags out there. Bruno Will's coming up to the line. He's going to set like a mid 34, so That's not going to get him anywhere near the front row, but I mean, I think he's going to go and take a serious attempt here as we'll ride on board. As he comes down, there's like a hash there, jam him in the right as he slows the car down at the 150 metre board, takes the first chicane quite tightly there, shifts to first on turn 2 for extra rotation on that left turn there, takes a wee bit of the Citroen curve on the inside, but a very tight line through Curva Grande here as well to try and minimise that time that he'll lose on the Curva Grande, and he keeps the car very much to the right so he can set his sail up for this second chicane just after 100 metre board. You're down into third gear, quickly back up to fourth though, take a nice bit of the curve on turn 5. First Lisbon here, you'll see all the trees kind of casting the shade here, kind of dark, this bit's quite dark concerning the rest of the circuit. Through the second level, misses the apex into the gravel trap.
Bruno Will, he's out there, he's gone, he's stuffed it in the gravel. That's not good, that is not good representation there of Bruno Will as he goes through the gravel trap, and that's basically his season since Bahrain. You know, he's not had much luck. Fusion P6 there, that's a good display from him.
Up into 6th there, 19.0, just 2 thousandths of a second.
Did I just come across my favourite driver?
I think you might have. I think you just did.
Bruno then. Sorry. Anyway, DJ Danny then, let's have a look at him. He's going to take a short run to the line. See, I would never do that. See, this is why I'm bad at the game. 19.5. 14th place.
14 classes there for the Red Bull.
Clinical's up for Rigsy. He's in the pit lane.
Clinical in 15. Just dives into the pits.
He's very close.
Anybody
though,
else
isn't
we
it, Rigsy? Very close.
Definitely.
Right, Eke's up.
Definitely.
Here we go. Eke's up P2. Here we go.
As he's coming down to the parabola car. Only one more turn left on the circuit, down into 4th. He helps the turn in, but he's quickly back up to 5th and on full throttle.
He's on for pole position, Rigsy.
Is that a pole position time? 0.2 of a second improvement, puts him in pole. Over 4 minutes left in the session.
Oh, let's see what Dominic's going to do, Rigsy. Dominic, P5 at the moment.
Comes up to the line.
Improve on his lap.
He goes pole.
18.5 there. Like choking on that now as well. This is close, Rigsy. I like this this grid, you know. Urban Unicorn then. Hot topic of discussion here in STB, Rigsy. He's had so many opportunities. He's been definitely up there in sort of like championship sort of battles. In terms of, he was up there last season. He's been up there for a lot. I think F1 2020, Rigsy, season 17 could definitely be his moment to you know, actually challenge for a championship. What do you reckon, Rigsy, about Urban Unicorn?
He's definitely he's definitely that caliber of driver that can push the front runners and actually take race wins when they're there for him. He's very good on his own. He's very good at being. He's actually really talented in the fact that he's really good at fully utilising the ultimate strategy when it's there for him to take as an opportunity. Like, we see him taking the medium tyres instead of the sauce, for example, in some races, and he can just make it work and he wins, and it's you're kind of like, wow, how did he do that? Like, he's got such great tyre management, he's got such great strategy. I think he's got like a real racer's brain, but there's just times where it just falls apart, and I think he needs to kind of cut that out. Obviously, if you don't cut that out, you're not going to win, but I mean, he's a really quick driver with exceptional racecraft.
P2.
He's got a keen eye for strategy. Up to P2, sharing the front row with Dominic, and I mean, I've never known Urban Unicorn as much a qualifier. He's really good at the race. He's very much like, in real life, if you want to compare somebody to like Urban Unicorn in real life, you'd say Fernando Alonso. Not really great in qualifying, but he's always there in the race if the strategy permits it.
Definitely. And I think Italy's not really a track, Rigsy, for strategy, because obviously there's not much degradation, so you know, these drivers are opting for the prime sort of strategy. But Urban Unicorn's been up there every single race, every single week he's up there, every single week he does perform well. So I think that Urban Unicorn has just been really unlucky in some races, and he should really be up there in the championship battle. in my opinion. But Echo's run out of that now, so Echo's going to try and get that pole. He needs to win. Echo needs to win tonight to keep that championship challenge alive. So it's all down to the McLaren.
Eke will really start to feel a bit of weight on the back of his shoulders here to try and keep up with Dominic. Dominic's had a good stretch of race results over the last few as we exit the European rounds before we go into the final flyaways, but Dominic's definitely picked up the momentum in the last couple of races, and he's won last time out in Spa there as well in the rain, so that would definitely be a boost to Dominic's confidence, but it can really shatter Eke's, so Eke really needs to start finding his feet before these flyaways, because that's when it can all change once again. Formula 1 is purely momentum based, it's track based, so you never know what can happen. I'd say it's far from over, but Eke, as you quite rightly say, does need a strong result here to try and push this challenge forward in hope that it doesn't stagnate along the way. Drivers will be starting their final runs. We'll sit on board with Eke, who's got the Alfa Romeo. I think that is Libero in front. It could be Toxic Fusion. I'm 50% right. So I mean, I don't know what one that is, but we'll sit on board with Eke on his final flying lap. Breaks just after 150 metre board.
Sorry, Bruno will P4 at the moment, Riggs.
Up into fourth fastest, and I don't think he'll be improving there as he's slowing to a halt on the outside of the Curva Grande. Eke and the McLaren just whizzes past on the inside. Checkered flag is out and waving to signify the end of the session. Drivers will have the time to commit to their final runs here and hope that they can find improvement in time and in track position. The Alfa Romeo of Libero will be Toxic Fusion that's in front of Eke, because it says Libero's just on his out lap, and if he is just on his out lap, he's not going to have time to start his lap as the session ends. The Haas of Jamham comes across the line there, takes over his brother there in P5, so the Jamham brothers sharing the third row as it stands. Eke still on a lap, keeps the car very much to the left, and he's run out of fuel. He's run out of fuel.
Run out of fuel? Oh yeah.
He's gone slowly.
I thought he backed off the lap there.
Oh, he's got a flashing fuel icon on the bottom.
Oh, and Dominic!
Oh, and he's lost it, Ascari. What happened there?
But it still could be pole position. Dominic.
Oh, you'll need to watch for that clinical.
You need to be
coming.
careful, because you might get disqualified doing things like that.
I definitely know why. You'll definitely know why we're disqualified if you're sitting top of the tree. He just retires for the session there. I don't think anybody behind him is on a lap. I think everybody's done. Clinical, it says, is the only person yet to complete a lap, and he's 22 seconds, 25 seconds done on his lap, so I highly doubt that's going to improve his overall lap time. But there we have it. Checker flags out. The times are done, and we'll have our grid. Oh, that was an interesting session. I've really enjoyed that.
Riggsy, wow. The top 10 is only separated by 4/10. This is your grid for the Italian Grand Prix. First is Dominic, second Urban Unicorn, definitely a dark horse for the win here in Italy. Third is Eke, fourth Bruno Will, fifth Jamham, sixth Ham Jam, seventh Turcat, eighth Libero, ninth is Mercury, quite a good quality from him there. 10th is Kyle, 11th is Fusion, 12th is Domi, 13th is Buckley, 14th Clinical, 15th is Danny, 16th is Miles, and 17th after his collision. His crash here in qualifying. 17th is F1 Racing. So, Riggsy, 6 years ago, right now, the 6 years, Friday, just gone, we was gearing up for, I would calculate, around the midpoint of the Bahrain Grand Prix, because we started the league race a little bit earlier back then. But it's such a big thing, 6 years of the league, and it's been such a community of drivers, such a community of admins, a community of commentators. It's been a great community and a great group of people. And we're here in Italy, Riggsy, for the third time celebrating the anniversary. And it seems like Italy's, our hub for celebrating things, because, yeah. So Italy's just the one, celebrating the season. But Riggsy, before we start the anniversary race, the 6-year anniversary race, what would you like to say about your time in the league, and just what do you want to say to the drivers here this evening? Because we have got the most competitive group in STB ever. So what would you like to say before we start the Italian Grand Prix?
Well, I'll take the formation lap to provide this a small speech. But no, I just want to praise the drivers. Obviously, it's an extremely talented grid. I've honestly, in my time my short time in league racing when I came back and commentating, I've never really seen a league as closely competitive as this up and down the field. The unpredictability at times can be greatly significant. And I think that's just part of the STB charm. I really do enjoy covering it. I get there's times where I'm just like, oh, it's this race, and it just gets me right in the mood for it. And Monza is just a track like that, and I don't think there's a much better venue that you'd really want to celebrate your 6-year anniversary at. Because it is it's a Formula One icon. We all know what Monza is. It's home of Ferrari. It's home of Monza. It's just got so much history. And I just want to obviously congratulate everybody that's been part of the STB team over the 6 years and has made it the strong force that it is in league racing on a general consensus. And I'm just beyond privileged to be a part of such a great, humble and welcoming community.
God, you're going to make me tear up there, Rigsy. Thank you ever so much for that, and thank you for joining me in the commentary box this season. It's been an absolute privilege to have you in the commentary box, and obviously Mercury did enjoy his stint last week in Belgium. Anyway, we're now in Monza, the Autodromo Nazionale di Monza, if I can get my Italian right. We're here then in the part of Italy that is known to be home of the Italian Grand Prix and one of the homes of STB. The very home of STB there is Bahrain. 6 years ago, Friday, just gone, 6 years, the Season 1 Bahrain Grand Prix started. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you coverage or just to have races of STB. And now with Danny, one of the veterans, one of the drivers, is now here. He pulls up to his grid box. Here we go then, Rigsy. It's forward lights, it's five lights here for the Italian Grand Prix. 16th of STB is go. And what a start there from Urban Unicorn. He's already got the position there on Dominic there. Now Ecker's going to come and pull it to the inside. Now it's going to be an actual calamity. You have to be careful down into turn 1 with Ratafidio. And there's a bit of contact there between Buckley and Danny as Buckley hops there across the first corner curb. So here we go then, Eke now in the slipstream of Dominic. It's absolutely crucial, Rigsy, for the championship. So in the slipstream then goes Eke, but then we've got some side-by-side action going on here. We've got jamming P7 behind Cherka. What a clean start, Rigsy.
Honestly, it's been quite a surprisingly clean start in that first chicane. That's a really tight and narrow piece of track there. As well, I'm surprised we've never seen any cars shooting over the sleeping policeman or cutting the chicane in general just to try and avoid incident. It was very nice, it was very clean. The concertina effect from the front, and we've got DJ Danny retiring. Oh, and it's the second Lesmo. I think he's just lit it up on the
safety car has been deployed in Italy. We love to see it.
I think we spoke a bit out of turn there. We were sitting bragging there about how clean that start was. It didn't take too long for a safety car to show face. But here we are on lap 1 of 27 and already Bert Nylander's getting the laps in. But see how I was sitting
do you know
there
what happened there?
discussing...
Because Danny's now out of the Italian Grand Prix. What happened there?
I don't know. I don't know if we got too caught up. I will see if there's any pit lane action. We've got Domi and Miles, Buckley and Clinical all in the pits. If we see any wing repairs here, we might maybe pinpoint it to a bit of contact.
I'm just looking at the race director. It looks like there's a lot of contact on lap 1 actually. I think Buckley's got a warning for a collision with Atomic Fusion. Danny got a warning for collision with DX Miles. DXT Miles has got a collision with DJ Danny. So it looks like DJ Danny was involved in a lot of contact there. But the interesting thing here, Rigsy, is DJ Danny has got terminal damage, and after that, Clinical has got a 5-second time penalty for a severe collision with Danny. So perhaps a kerfuffle between Danny, Clinical, Domi, and KF Libero down at in the midfield, because Danny has crashed out while Clinical has got himself a 5-second time penalty to be added onto his race time. So, and I believe any penalties he's had previous races. Well, Rigsy, so it wasn't a clean lap one. We was lying to ourselves. It was not a clean lap one because there was 5 race director data inputs.
Yeah, I mean we can we can just go out there and retract the statement that we're making there, trying to like get out some bragging rights there about, oh, that's such a clean start, and then give it the safety car. So I mean we completely retract what we're saying, but I think also Maldi was just giving us a rundown of the race director there and about the incidents on that first lap, and it kind of just goes to completely contradict what we were saying about the clean first lap. But I mean, I'm actually honestly still quite surprised in the sense that the first chicane was really clean, because we're coming down to the first chicane in safety car conditions, and you can just see from the start to turn 1 how narrow the track actually gets. Like, it's a really tight bit of corner, it's a really tight sequence, and to not have anybody taking avoiding action over the sleeping policeman, doing the escape road, or even cutting the grass at turn 1 is quite an astonishing feat, because quite often they know there is always something hectic at turn 1, lap 1 at Monza anyway. But I mean, if there's one thing I want to highlight, was that start from Urban Unicorn. I was sitting talking about how it's Fernando Alonso West in qualifying.
Please? Can I just highlight something?
Yep.
At the moment, Fusion will be leading the race. He's in net P1 at the moment. Everyone in front of him has to pit, Ritzy. But this is really interesting. Sync Buckley is on a set of hard compound tyres. Everyone else still has to pit in this race. Could Buckley win the Italian Grand Prix, Ritzy?
The hard tyres, in terms of actual the abrasiveness of the circuit itself, doesn't really degrade the hard tyres a significant amount, so those hard tyres should comfortably make it to the end. But Buckley and Clinical on the hard tyres are sacrificing a lot of speed on those tyres, because the delta between the medium to the hards is at least 7/10 to a full second slower. And there's a Renault in the wall there in the background. Clinical serves a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Miles, and there's front wing debris being scattered across the track.
Kick off, but now Rigsy, sorry, it's going to kick off now here in Monza. Urban's defending now. Echo's going to have to be right on the back now of Dominic, but no, Echo's going to have the attack now from Bruno Will as they approach down the curve. They're at a video down the straight. Then we've got Churka, the Defoes go absolutely wild as Churka's now in the slipstream of Jam as they approach down to turn number 1. But the Defoes is going to be absolutely disappointed with that now as they come down into turn 1. So Libero now is going to be in contact there. We've got Fusion involved now with Kyle down at the back of the field. In P11 now. So Fusion is going to try and make some good inroads in his drivers, Rigsy, as he for the victory here in Monza, because he's on a good strategy at the moment. I don't think he's going to be able to go to the end on those mediums, but he definitely could potentially be in the lead, which is what you're seeing here in Monza at the moment.
Doesn't really seem to be too much there. Like, there is a few positions being swapped here and there in the midfield, but I did thoroughly enjoy watching the McLaren and the Renault, Bruno Will and Eke gone side by side down the straight into turn 1. Eke had the slight advantage though, because he had the slipstream for the Red Bull in front, and Bruno Will had clear air, so Eke would have been getting that extra couple of miles per hour out of that straight line speed that the car can provide. But it wasn't enough to defend from the Renault, as the Renault slips into the podium places there. But other than that, a few places switching here and there in the midfield. But I mean, sitting here discussing about the tyre strategies there, Toxic Fusion, Miles, Gravity, Domi, Clinical, medium tyres, Buckley on the hards. I mean, the hards can definitely make it to the end, but you're sacrificing a lot of speed in that, Maldi, and the medium tyres can maybe reach the end at a stretch, but a safety car could seriously play and a big advantage to these medium runners. Maybe around the lap 20 mark, where it could just be a final sprint to the end. But I mean, we can only see what happens. Still another 22 laps to go in this race.
Definitely. It looks like there's a yellow flag in sector 3. Clinical's binned it again.
Oh!
Safety car's out again.
And the safety car being released on lap 5 just straight after the first one provides a lifeline for these soft runners.
Did Clinical, that's not good for Buckley, you know, not good for Buckley. Did Clinical bin it in the pit lane then? Did he bin it in the pit lane wall because it was in sector 3 and I don't think there's any other places.
His yellow dot for me was on the exit of Ascari, so I don't know if he's maybe just read the curve there, but I don't remember him being that far back.
Oh, okay.
I remember him being right right behind Gravity. But it says that when I was looking at the map when I seen his retirement, his dot was just here on the exit of Ascari. So I don't know if he's just lost it on the curb or lost it in his own. Or I mean, I don't want to even suggest.
Let's see
the
what these soft runners are going to do. Let's see what the soft runners are going to do.
Urban Unicorn stays out and the rest are coming in.
They're all coming in. All coming in. What's Buckley going to do? Buckley's going to be absolutely devastated by this here in Monza. This is going to help Fusion quite a bit as well. Fusion, Urban Unicorn stays out, Rixie.
I don't know what Urban. I think Urban Unicorn there's missed a trick, Malday. I think he should have come in with the rest. But I don't really know what Urban Unicorn's anticipating here. Has he got something up his sleeve that we don't know about? This puts Toxic Fusion and Domi in strong positions here. But I don't think a track like Monza, you're no wanting track position after a pit stop because there's so many overtaking opportunities here. You've got the turn 1, you've got turn 4, you've got the run down to Ascari and even into Parabolica. There's plenty of overtaking opportunity. So I don't really think track position holds much value to it here than it does at a set like other tracks like Monaco or Singapore, for example. It doesn't have that same significance. So I don't understand why some drivers have chosen to stay out, like Urban Unicorn and the soft tyres, because they're not going to gain anything for staying out.
Sorry, Rixie, but I was going to go through the tyres. Any person that has went on a set of hards from the soft runners is BR Bruno Will. So he's definitely going for the victory here because Bruno Will at the moment, he's on a good strategy. Buckley's on a set of hards at the moment. Fusion's on a set of mediums. Dominic's on a set of mediums. So how long then? I don't really know much about the strategies. What are we thinking then about the medium stint? How long are we thinking that's going to last?
People that have just put on the medium tyres there under the second safety car can potentially make it to the end of the race, but I mean, you're gonna be like, that'll be like a push comes to shove kind of thing. And for the people that are on the medium tyres already, like Toxic Fusion and Domi, who are on the laps for like 4 lap, 5 lap old tyres, coming 6th there, I don't know. I'm really like, they'll be in the very high 80s, I think, for actual tyre wear. But I don't really know. I mean, a third safety car can maybe bail Domi and Toxic Fusion out. Buckley, I can see definitely going to the end. They have tyres, shouldn't have any real issue in making it to the end. Bruno will be the same. I think maybe Dominic and Eke, Churka, Jam, who are all on the medium tyres here. This is just before the pit window as well, so there will just be like an extra 5%, 10% tyre wear overall on the cars, pitting 4 laps earlier from the window. Really shouldn't play too much into the hands of actual strategy itself, but I mean, it's all about tyre management at the end of the day. You don't want to be stuck behind the car in front for too long because that completely reduces the grip on the front. That helps degrade the fronts faster. Don't light up the rears on exits, which will completely ruin the rear tyres as well. So it is really all going to just come into tyre management. You never know, like Toxic Fusion Buckley, Toxic Fusion Domi might actually make it to the end, but it's a very push comes to shove kind of situation, and it really does just come down to how they're going to manage tyres. Hard tyres shouldn't be an issue, but medium tyres definitely a stretch.
Okay, so sad guys in this lap, Rixie here in Italy. So I was really rooting for Buckley after that first safety car. He was making some good progress, had some good pace as well, Rixie. I'm still rooting for Buckley, but it's going to be difficult. because he's got Dominic, Eke, Churka, all on sets of mediums behind him, so it's really difficult. They're going to have the pace, they're going to have the advantage. We can see what you're thinking then, how the restart here, second restart, and then 7 laps.
Urban Unicorn needs to get a great launch here. Toxic Fusion looks ready to go. Buckley right there as well. But I mean, I'll say one thing now, I'll throw it there, Maldy. If Dommy can't get past Buckley before like lap 11, 12, he needs to play Buckley's rear gunner, because Dave Hardtas can definitely go to the end. But if Dommy can't get past and make the mediums work, then he needs to sacrifice his strategy, and he's already about to lose it a place to Dominic. Dominic's gone round the outside of Dommy, side by side into the braking zone of 1. Dommy will try and defend the inside here, makes it stick on the braking. Dominic did look really eager to get past the Toro Rosso there and try and make his way back to the front of the field, and he's still right behind the Toro Rosso here. Dommy will need to go left to make Dominic go the long way around, which he does. Is Dominic going to try and sell Dommy? He's going to try and outbrake him into the second chicane. They're side by side. Dommy hods it round the outside to get the inside on the exit and pushes him wide in. Bruno Will
himself. Bruno Will's up the inside, Rixie.
And Bruno Will on the hard tyres on the inside. Dominic on the left through the first Lesmo. And Dominic on the traction on the outside makes it through the second Lesmo in front of Bruno Will there after a strong challenge there for the Renault. Churka up at the 7th, Eke in 8th there as well, right behind the Ferrari. Churka's going to have to go defensive. Is he going to try and make a move into Ascari? Bit brave, but a bit sensible there for Eke to back out there and maybe look at an alternative option there. Jamham there in P9 as well, Mercury 10. Libero 11th. Gravity's actually on the soft tyres there, which I've just noticed there as he goes up the inside of Libero. Hamjam in 13th, and Miles and Kyle are rounding out the field as we see some on-track action there. As Libero gets pushed wide by Gravity inside of Parabolica. Gravity takes the place. Hamjam takes the place of Libero as well. And Miles going to try and get a wee bit of this pie as well, as he's going to try and go up the inside. Libero's going to have Hamjam slipstream to try and help him keep place, but Miles has the inside line.
Bruno Will's done it.
Round the outside, up into 5th. Dominic's no gain, he's not taking it lying down, coming straight back at the Renault driver, and they'll try and get the inside into the second chicane, into the De Rogier. Is he going to try and like outbrake him again? Wasn't he as brave as he was with Dominic there? I think Dominic took that a bit more cautiously, but he's going to have to run into the first Lesmo up the inside. The roles have switched. This time around it was Bruno Will on the inside last lap. It's Dominic this lap, and Bruno Will
Eke's going to have the run now, same with Churka.
And I'm just thinking when DRS is going to be enabled, it's going to be enabled next lap. Churka going to go up the inside.
Oh,
no,
Eke's gone deep.
As they see it there, but Eke kind of snatched a break on the entry to Ascari there. Bruno Will goes all the way to the left, trying to break the slipstream for the Red Bull behind. Doesn't want to give the Red Bull any kind of advantage here. Jamham's going to go up round the outside of Churka, heading into Parabolica. They're going to go side by side. Jamham holds it round the outside and he keeps it. Churka gets overtaken round the outside there and loses the place, but crucially DRS is now enabled in this race, Maldi, and this is when the sparks really fly. Because the DRS is a significant boost to overtaking opportunity here, and it's a big boost to the straight line speed as well, so we'll expect to see a lot more overtaking.
Murphy's going to have a Churka there down in turn 1, depending on Gravity, Rinty. And now, the Murphy, Gravity's making a mistake there, they've made contact, and I'm going to be running outside now.
A small tap can nearly cause a big accident there. Definitely, the sparks are really flying.
And the clouds look, the clouds look quite appetizing as well.
Definitely, the sun's starting to fade away, and certain bits of the tracks as Mercedes gets a bit out of shape in the first Lesmo there, loses the place to Gravity. But as you're saying quite rightly there, Maldi, I was just looking at Mercury's POV there as well as the broadcast camera on. The first Lesmo.
Sorry, Murphy, the first getting to Kyle. Look at this, he's already lost about 4 places on this lap. About to lose it to Kyle now.
Definitely know what the Mercedes driver needed. And Kyle all over the back of the Mercedes here. Racing Point versus Mercedes down into Parabolica. As he going to try and he darts the car out to the inside there to try and maybe put the Mercedes on a sugary peg, but Mercedes stood firm and kept the place. As we see Urban Unicorn in the pits, I think Urban Unicorn definitely has missed a trick with that second safety car there. He's massively lost it.
Dominic's got the overtake done on Bruno Will, I think. Yeah, he got the overtake done.
Yep, makes it stick. makes it stick round the outside of 1, keeps it clean on 2. Bruno will try and return the favourite at some point. Eke still keeping in touch. Jamham right there as well. Churka in touch with this battle as well for a 1.2 second gap to Hamjam in 9th, who is looking quick himself. He did make quick worky Gravity and Mercury there to get himself into a wee bit of clear air. He'll have the Ferrari right in front, so that'll be his motivation to try and claw this Ferrari in these stages, and I think that's really crucial to his strategy as well. Buckley, Toxic Fusion, Buckley and Domi leading this race. Dominic, that's the thing there as well, Maldy. Dominic's too busy focusing on the attacks from behind, and it's preventing him from looking forward in this race. He's constantly on the back foot, defending for the Renault, defending for the McLaren. He needs to keep defending so this Renault or Bruno will doesn't get past and run off into the distance. But because he needs to focus on his defending, it's letting Domi, Buckley and Toxic Fusion scamper on down the road, and that's why we're not seeing the gap close.
What we are
Buckley
seeing
takes
is
the lead.
The inside of Fusion. He's got the overtake done. What an incredible overtake there. PR race. Everything you want. Sweetest delight. P1 for Buckley. Wow. If Buckley wins this race, Rick, I'm going to be so happy.
I think what Buckley really needs now is he needs Domi to take Toxic Fusion as well and promote the Toro Rosso into a 1-2 position, which they might do here. Maldi up the inside into the first left. Domi makes it stick.
Wild here in Italy, Ricky.
The flag's wave.
Oh, mad. You're going mad right now. P1 and 2 for Toro Rosso. Look at that.
Definitely. I mean, they might be looking at the Ferrari as well, but Churka's up there in 7th as well. But Toro Rosso 1-2 on their home patch. You love to see it. And now this is Domi's role. I think Domi is in this position now where I think he needs to maybe just play the rear gunner here, because these medium tyres might not make it to the end. And Dominic's right here as well. And it's Libero.
Made a mistake when out of scoring with Sig.
And I don't know what's happened there. Maybe I don't know if he lost it on his own or he got clipped there or something. But I mean, it's scary.
Whoa! Wait there a moment, Reece. Wait there now. Streak the opportunity position. The Devoted absolutely wild. Domi took the inside of Buckley.
Makes it stick. Domi takes the lead.
Domi takes the lead of the Italian Grand Prix. Toro Rosso 1-2. Oh, this is amazing.
The Toro Rossos are in a prime position here, but they have to watch they don't trip over each other's front wings, because that's going to completely throw what they've earned out the window. And what else we've got to take into notice here is Dominic, who I was saying just a few laps ago was too busy fixated on the battles behind him, is right here on the podium. Right here, Domi is right in Buckley, is right in front, and they're going to go side by side. Dominic up into second place. Buckley's got nothing to defend with down this straight, and Dominic is just making quick work. And there's Bruno Will there in 4th as well, Maldi. The championship protagonist really finding a rhythm here on lap 13 and 27 as the skies go from a nice bright blue to a really dull grey here, as you were pointing out just a couple of laps ago as well. So is the possibility of rain a thing? We don't have that information on hand. We actually forgot to ask the drivers if they could actually pass that information to us, but we are left on a limb here. We don't know if we have to expect rain, and maybe that's why we're seeing some hard tyre strategies, soft tyre strategies, Urban Unicorn staying out late. That's why the strategy is so varied. Is there the threat of rain? Is Churka spun? They're on the first chicane, and that's Toxic Fusion there as well. He was running so well in this race, and they've just came together into the first chicane. And
it's kicking off today, Rixie.
What a way to celebrate your 6th birthday. And we're just over halfway through. The Toro Rosso boys, 1-2 are now 2-3, still a really strong result, but they've got Bruno Will there breathing down the rear wing here. The Toro Rosso boys are going to go side by side. We'll settle on board with Bruno Will as we watch the action in front of us unfold. Domi takes the place, off Buckley there into Ascari as he gets a bit of a slide on the exit there. It's that same inside curb, Maldy. It's a rising curb and it's so easy to unsettle the car through there if you take too much of it.
Is that Dommy?
That was Dommy. Dommy got too much of the inside curb on that exit and left, and it completely unsettled the balance of the car. But fortunately enough, he was able to straighten it up and correct the oversteer he was experiencing from that car as he's a sitting duck. Here is Bruno Will and Buckley both have DRS. Dommy goes from second to fourth, and he maybe like squeezes Bruno Will there, snatches a break, and Bruno Will's in a slide. Oh, and there's Evans! Come on!
Oh, the guy's out of the race!
Where do you even start with that? Miles retires safety car for the third time in this race. Eke's out the session as well. Bruno Will, where's he? He's got nailed.
He's gone, he's out.
He's lost his end plates. Bruno Will's lost his end plates, but Eke's retired. Has he? It says he's retired in mine. It says he retired in mine, but his car's still running. Or is that Miles' car?
Maybe he's got it paused, or maybe he's left the session. No, he's left the session.
Oh, so his car's still running. Eke needs to come in, and he needs to get back in this game and get his strategy sorted for this final sprint. Because you don't want to be on the wrong tyres. The AI don't really program to put yourself on an appropriate strategy if the safety car comes out. Well, I mean, it does have a record for no doing it, but at the same time, it really just depends what variables we've got to take into consideration here. But
sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
But
I'm sorry.
I don't know if I've just cracked a joke in my stumbling speech, but I mean, I'm happy to have got a laugh out of somebody at least.
Did you see the collision? I'm trying
to remember. It just looked to be Bruno Will getting squeezed by gravity and toxic fusion and Eke and everything. It just before I knew what happened, it was everywhere. I didn't really know how to react with that. And it's put him on the hards. It's put him on the hard tyres. See, that's what I mean. That's what I was talking about with the AI just taking control of the car and the strategy. He doesn't need the hard tyres. He could easily go with the softs.
On YouTube, it's I don't think he's going back in.
I have absolutely no idea. Dominic's left! What's happening here?
It's all kicking off tonight. Sorry, I can't. Sorry, I can't. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh.
Well,
I'm sorry, this is so... Sorry everyone, this is so unprofessional, but I just...
I don't even know where to begin with what was happening. But we had like a 4-car pile-up. Dominic comes back in the session, but he's lost 2 places under the safety car.
Eke is absolutely fuming.
I actually don't blame him at all, man. I would be absolutely livid and all. And this is gave the safety car, the third safety cars gave Mercury, Dommy, Fusion, Churka and Gravity a much needed lifeline here because they're on the fresh rubber. Buckley's choosing to nurse their hard tyres to the end. Jam, Dominic, Jam, Kyle opting to make their medium tyres last to the end. Their volume track position, I mean, I would argue against track position here. I would much prefer to be on the soft rubber, but it's a matter of how vigorously the medium runners defend their place for them to actually fully utilise their medium tyres, same as Buckley on his hards. Honestly, if I have to throw something out there, I'll tell you now, I don't have a clue. I genuinely don't have an idea what's going to happen. It was on. Buckley spun under the safety car. Buckley spun and got damage on that Toro Rosso's front wing as he's reversing it and over the sleeping policeman there. but like, I think he must have just got a bit too eager trying to heat up the rear tyres there, and the tyres just completely slipped it from underneath him, and it's damaged his car. It's damaging his opportunity for a win. He needs to come in and hope the safety car goes for another lap. I think it's actually coming in. It's coming in this lap. So Buckley is completely. He's not been put on the back foot. He's been
a good little position as well. It looks like Eke is not going to join the game no more. So that could well be championship over.
Is this officially going to put him outside the threshold that he needs to keep himself in the running? Because I haven't checked up the updated ones yet.
Right then, here we go. Jamham there, new leader. It's been a great race to celebrate the STB anniversary week. So, Jamham there.
And I think he's bolted. He's off. Dominic's in close pursuit though, and there's a wee gap in front of the Red Bull to the Mercedes.
Right, watch out for Mercury. Watch out for Mercury, Richie. Watch out for Mercury.
As we'll ride on Boldham coming into the first chicane. He's getting too close for comfort with the Racing Point, the Haas and the braking. And the Haas and Racing Point go side by side through the first chicane. Very clean there for the two. Mercury is looking pacey. He'll be looking to make it free wide run here. That would be brave. Urban Unicorn covers the inside. Kyle on the outside. Mercury trying to make it free wide into the chicane. Has to back out at the last minute there as Urban Unicorn keeps the place. Kyle in fifth, Mercury sixth. And he is looking really quick in these early stages after the safety car restart. Mercury looking to make gains early on. Needs to make the gains early on for him to maximise the soft tyre. Chucker really trying to kind of get himself in here. Bit of a slow starter, but he's getting himself fed in this as well. And side by side into Ascari. Kyle on the inside. Mercury tries Hodds it round the outside, and Kyle keeps the place. He keeps it there. He keeps it well. Mercury trying left and right, and nothing sticking for the Mercedes driver. Looking really quick. We've missed Dominic retaking the lead on the restart there as well. Jamham's been demoted to second place, and his brother is right there as well.
Watch out for Jamham racing on the bring down to turn one to have a slipstream on Dominic.
And the Liberals left the session as well. Jam and Urban Unicorn go side by side behind Jam there. Ham's getting the benefit of the slipstream from his brother on the front, but Urban Unicorn's got the inside line. Better watch, he doesn't break into his teammate there, which he avoids doing. Takes third place off Jam knowing he's got his teammate in front.
Come on.
On the fresher rubber, he's got his teammate. I don't know if Mercury's on the much fresher rubber. I mean, I'm just hoping that the two Mercedes don't trip over each other. As Jam will be looking to make the places up in the front there as Urban Unicorn goes wide. There's a Racing Point, a Kyle in the gravel trap on the exit of turn 5 there as well. So Kyle has overshot the mark and maybe took a bit too much of the inside curb there, and it's just spat him out onto the gravel trap on the outside.
They're kicking off in Monza. What is going on? It's all kicking off.
Honestly, like Mons races in the Temple of Speed are honestly quite chaotic, purely because you can't escape the slipstream, and the slipstream's just such a strong benefit in keeping you in race contention, and that's why we're seeing such a close field. And I would even say first to 9th of any realistic chance of winning. I would honestly say down to 12th as well. It just takes another safety car to completely shake up the order.
I think Mercury's done for a podium here. I really don't want to commentate a person. He's on for a podium at the moment.
But see how well his teammate defends as he slips up the inside. Sorry, Muldy, to cut across you there.
We need to be careful.
Mercury easily up the inside of his teammate there. Jam Disney power too much of a fight. Maybe recognises that his teammate is quicker and probably got a better chance of the podium here. Mercury up into 4th. Urban Unicorn is in front, and that'll be the next target for Mercury. Jamham still keeping in touch with Dominic here. Dominic isn't getting away for the Haas team here as they're running in second and third here in the late stages. Jamham will be looking to try and keep himself in the slipstream and manage that ERS as well. Dominic's actually got a good hand on his ERS at the minute. He can easily use it as defence. Jamham, on the other hand, needs to try and maybe manage it a bit more here as he's in the teens here in percentage. And he might maybe need to sit and preserve for a few laps, just for a final few laps where he's just constantly on the back of the Red Bull. I wouldn't go wasting it here, but at the same time, he needs to manage it significant. He needs to manage it sufficiently because his teammate is there, ready to pounce at any given opportunity here. Mercury's there on the soft tyres. Anything can happen. So Hamjam, his brother there, under pressure for Churka, but Churka can slide through and get himself up into the podium places. The Tifosi might have a Ferrari on the podium. You just don't know. And Churka's going to go up the inside of Hamjam. Up the inside, side by side, Churka on the brakes. Churka up the inside, Hamjam tries to defend it. 94 against number 19. And number 94 succeeds. And they're still side by side coming into the second chicane as we'll ride on board with Jam. Domi running the outside, gives Hamjam the pinch on the inside, and Hamjam gets a bit of a slide on exit there after a wee tap on the back of the rear right there as Bruno Will tries to go run the outside, and I think he's maybe made a wee trip into the gravel trap. It kind of did. He's got a bit of a dirty left front there for what we can see on board, but doesn't lose him too much. It keeps him right in line with the Mercedes in front. And he has on much fish and mediums as well, Maldy, so he should be making quick work of the Mercedes. He'll be looking more to tyre preservation rather than trying to attack the soft runners in front. So I don't know if maybe Hamjam's maybe running his race at this point.
What a move!
Up the inside of...
Oh,
and he's been... So I've been a bit brave, and he's got Bruno Will having to take avoiding action onto the external tarmac there.
Oh, Churka now! Oh, Mercury. Oh, Mercury.
Oh, there's Domi up the inside of Churka at turn 2 in. Hamjam gives Churka a wee push onto the grass.
Churka's off now.
So the soft runners that were sitting here tapping for places on the podium and challenging for the race win have just seen their chances dashed in a matter of 2 turns. Mercury overshooting the brake and into Parabolica, and Churka getting a wee love kiss for the Mercedes, pushing the Ferrari onto the gravel trap on the exit of turn 2 has completely ruined their run, and it's ruined a bit of their tyre life as well, Maldy. They'll need to kind of rub the asphalt and the gravel off their tyres and go for another bonsai attack in these final laps.
I must say though, Lucy, Domi.
Strong position here on the slipstream, up the inside, takes the place, up into the podium.
He got 5 seconds of penalties, we'd say.
And penalties will be another big factor there as well. Really, Monza itself, you don't really think is... Oh, sorry, we'll just cut across that conversation to go for this one where we see Urban Unicorn up the inside of Dominic into the race lead. And Dominic loses the place. Domi up into third there, Hamjam right there as well, and he's got his brother there looking on the back of that Haas there as well, looking to try and make some gains. Bruno Will there in 6 as well, and Mercury, after he's overstepping the mark into Parabolica, seems to be back up and running and seems to be well and truly back in this fight. It's just a matter of making the right gains, and he's got up the inside.
What a move from Mercury!
He's been tapped and there's mere contact, and Mercury's facing the wrong way there, and there seems to be collision there as the VSC is out of the session. The VSC is out on lap 23 of 27. Mercury and Bruno Will gone side by side through the second chicane. Bruno Will tried hard around the outside to get the inside of turn 5. Both of them went side by side. Mercury dipped his left side into the gravel, and that's just unsettled the car. He tapped the Renault, trying to get back on the track, and it's just completely sent the car into a 180 spin, and Mercury was facing the turn that completely derailed his chances for a podium.
These drivers are on foot tonight. What is going on? Ridley, what's going on in Italy? It's all kicking off.
It is completely putting everything on, up in the air, but one person that's benefited for that safety car restart is Hamjam. Got the timing perfect, and he's probably going to gain the 2 places here, and it's him that's in the podium, having to try and outbreak the Toro Rosso into the first chicane. Domi Hodds it running the outside to get the inside of turn 2, but Hamjam gets the exits traction there and keeps the place. Domi's going to have to settle for 4th place at the minute, but this pursuit is long, is not over. But Jam there as well, this can go anyway. Dommy's on 8 laps off,
Ricci.
Ham and Jam on 18 lap mediums, anything can happen.
This race, Ricci, has been mad.
It has been absolutely chaotic to say the least. I think that even that in itself is an understatement. It has just been really hard to. It's been really hard to keep up with as Ham Jam has to defend with Dommy. Dommy on the braking, much more confident on the brakes, and makes the move round the outside of Ascari up into third place. But Ham Jam there is in the slipstream, and his brother Jam is in close pursuit as well. So we could see a real battle for the final podium step brewing up here, and it might hit I'm hoping it does. They hit a boiling point, and hope that we can all keep it clean and keep it fair, because the last few laps, to say the least, have been absolutely chaotic, and we've seen a lot of mishaps and missteps for some of the drivers. But I think that's just all part of the adrenaline rush that the drivers experience. It's like, right, we need to make this place, we need to get it the new, we need to do this, and I think that overthinking that they need to gain the places completely unsettles their ability as a driver, and that's maybe why we've seen overshooting the mark and braking, maybe squeezing some drivers out, or maybe on the apex which causes incidents. And I think it's just a nerve that maybe gets to some of these drivers, and that's why we're seeing accidents and incidents in such a frequency in this race. And plus it's Monza's tempo of speed. It's a track that actually keeps the pack together. You don't really see this pack splitting up all that much. Like, I mean, any real significant gap you'll see is gravity to Toxic Fusion's 26 seconds. But through this race, you're lucky if you've seen a 2-second gap between a driver. That's how closely compacted the track keeps the field, and that's why we've maybe seen it as hectic as we've seen it today. And that is probably my only explanation I can provide on that, because I find it very hard to see it from another angle.
Definitely. The Jam and Ham Jam brothers then currently in P3 and P5, but it could well potentially be P3 and P4 at the moment if Jam Ham, I still get confused with the names, Jam Ham can get the overtake done on Domi. This has been, well, STB always offers incredible racing. Just keep it from me, Riggsy. Belgium was an incredible race. Germany was incredible. We went to Belgium. Now we came to Monza. That was an incredible race. This has been an incredible race, Riggsy. It's not been the best race of the season. It's been quite a clumsy race, Riggsy. But it's been, from a spectator point of view, I don't think you would agree with that, Riggsy. From a spectator point of view, it's been very, very good.
Definitely, I think it's serving its purpose as entertainment there as well, because we've got a few of the extremely skilled and talented drivers. Like, I mean, there is just times where the mentality slips in. I mean, it's unavoidable. Like sometimes it's in peaks and troughs. Like, you can have a high moment, then a low moment. Like, that's kind of what sport is, and maybe we've just seen a couple of low moments just coming at the wrong time. Where we've maybe just seen overshooting the mark, squeezing people off the track or into apexes, like just general like driving that we don't normally expect to see. We expect to see really close fight, fun, but fair battling. But I mean, I think maybe it's just been a bit too aggressive, or it's been a bit too argy-bargy. Like,
yes, definitely.
But I mean, I doubt we'll see. I mean, the race has been really entertaining from like a neutral point of perspective, but in itself, I don't think it warrants any right to be chalked down as a bad race. Like, there has been moments where it's just been like a bit like unexpected, or it's been a bit abnormal, but like, and at the same time, it's serving its purpose as an entertainment factor in a global spectacle. But we'll completely deflect for that the new Maldi. We were sitting here talking about Urban Unicorn and his credentials and what 2020 can offer him if he chooses to stay. I think this race itself, despite everything that's going on, has proved it takes the checkered flag in Monza. It's a Ferrari-powered car, but it isn't the Ferrari the fans want to see, but I think they'll still take it. Dominic takes second place, and after penalties, it's Hamjam that takes P3 and replaces Domi on the final step. Bruno Will gets himself up to P5. Jamham demoted to 6 after penalties. Toxic Fusion was leading the race after the first safety car, ends up 7th on the day. Kyle in 8th. Gravity has the fastest lap at the moment, and he's going to be in 9th, and he'll get that bonus point for fastest lap of the race. Mercury, after committing to many moves in the final stint there on the soft tyres, trying to get himself up into the podium places, had a couple of moments where he could have maybe been a bit more patient. He maybe would have been a bit higher up the grid. Ends up rounding out the points as we're about to be transitioned into the podium celebration here. It's an iconic podium. You've got the sea of red underneath the podium, and you'll see Urban Unicorn waving the trophy in delight in front of the Tifosi. Again, no the colour they wanted, but the engine will be good enough because it is powered by Ferrari, and a win for the manufacturer, and no, the team is still a win in my book. I think they can be pleased with that. Dominic continues to extend the lead in the championship with his second place there, and it's Hamjam after penalties that gets the final podium position.
A splendid job there from Urban Unicorn as he takes the victory here in Monza. Second is Dominic. Third is Hamjam 2002. Fourth is Domi. Fifth is BR Bruno Will. Sixth is Jamham. Seventh is Fusion. Eighth is Carl. And ninth, last of the finishers, is Gravity. What a chaotic race in Monza. Your 9 finishers were Eke, Mercury, Cherkat, Buckley, Miles, Libero, Clinical, and Danny. That is your result of the Italian Grand Prix Season 16, your 6th-year anniversary celebration. Quite a mad race there, Riggsy. I don't know who's going to be able to give an interview, because I don't think Dominic can. I don't think Urban Unicorn has got a mic. I think Dominic can. We're going to get 2 interviews here this evening. Urban Unicorn, though, what a great race, and we did say that he had a great potential for victory here in Monza, Riggsy. We're going to go then to P number 3, Hamjam 2002. Hamjam.
Hello.
Hello. What a chaotic race here in Monza. Yeah, tell us how your race went and how you feel about 3rd place here at the Temple of Speed.
Yeah, I'm really pleased with that. I was really pleased with quali for a start because I didn't really feel like I had great one lap pace, but yeah, the race, as you say, was it's pretty mental. But I just managed to keep it clean. There was a lot of incidents going on in front and behind me. I think there was one. I think Eke, Bruno Will, and someone else, and I literally slammed on the brakes on the exit of turn 1 and somehow avoided it. And then I knew the guys around me at the end had penalties, so I just played it safe laps and just drove it home, kept it calm, got the P3.
Yes. We definitely had a lot of safety cars here this evening, Hamjam. Did that help? Do you think that helped in you achieving a podium this evening?
It might have done to a degree. I'm not sure the last one particularly helped because basically everyone behind me pitted for the softs. But I think it did help in terms of tyre wear because my tyres weren't great on the last couple of laps. So I was just sort of playing it safe to not spin it.
Okay, thank you, Hamjam.
Cheers,
Dominic.
guys.
Dominic, the gap was quite big in the championship for this race. Your rivals have been involved in collisions today, and you kept it clean. 18 points over Eke, who's your closest rival, and I believe 10 points or around that more than Bruno Will. We've got 4 points to remain in 100 points up for grabs. It's championship sealed. Oh, okay. Well, we didn't know that, but well done on your second place, Dominic, and a great race for you here in Monza. Early Unicorn, well done on your win. I know you can't give an interview, but thank you. Great race this evening, Urban, and well done on your victory. Thank you, Rigsy, for joining me in the commentary box here this evening. Well done to everyone who took part this evening, everyone who has been involved in STB for the last 6 years. We want to wish the STB Racing League a happy 6th birthday. It's been a rollercoaster of events, and we're now going into our 7th year of action. Do join us next week for the Japanese Grand Prix, where we go to the land of the rising sun, where we go to the Suzuka circuit. Rigsy, one word to describe Suzuka?
Chaotic. I've said that one too many times. I'll stick with it before I sit here completely stumped thinking another one.
Okay. Well, thank you, Rigsy. Thank you for joining me tonight. Well done to everyone competing. And as I said before, happy 6th birthday, STV, and we'll see you next week for the Japanese Grand Prix. We'll see you then.